Hello everyone, welcome to the Betikrame YouTube channel. In our factory, there is synthesis gas turbine compressor and is made by Mitsubishi company Japan. And synthesis gas compressor is one of the most important rotating machine in ammonia plant. It has two barrels. One is LP, that is low pressure, and another is high pressure HP. Since commissioning and PGT of the factory, the compressor has been running well. Its dry gas seal system is used in both LP and HP side. Two sets of dry gas seals are required in each barrel at least 1.5 years before. Both the existing seals of LP barrel had to replace due to not functioning as per requirement of sealing system. This is the first time defect is found in the dry gas seal at non-drive end of the high pressure barrel. Before shutdown of the syngas compressor, some abnormalities were expected, and it is seen the secondary seal filter differential pressure was found suddenly very high. Immediate after showing the problem with dry gas seal system at non-drive unit, the pressure filter was changed over, but something was observed, and inside the filter it is found some water content, and also vent flow was found very low and fluctuating. Vent line after downstream of flow meter was also opened and water content was found. Water was also found in the nitrogen header, but it is very complicated where the water content is mixed, and it is supposed that the water may be mixed from our power plant system, and all the valves are then tightened to remove this problem. At the time of seal malfunctioning, the seal parameter at non-drive end was observed as normal. Nitrogen flow to the seal of other compressor becomes 0 when primary vent flow of the seal at non-drive end of high pressure barrel of syngas was very high. Also, thrust bearing clearance was found 0.235 mm during dismantling time. Thrust and journal bearings at non-drive end were found in good condition, and also a hard scale of black color was found deposited in the inside bore of thrust discs. To overcome this problem, necessary action is taken immediately and tried to solve the problem. In our warehouse there was dry gas seal, and this dry gas seal need to change by new one. Some water content was found in dry gas seal filter of high pressure barrel of syngas compressor as well as in the nitrogen header, and it is very harmful for the dry gas seal. And also source of water to be identified and rectified before startup and after changing the dry gas seal. For this reason, we try to identify the water content in the nitrogen line, and also we found that from our power plant there is two valve connected with the steam line as well as nitrogen line. When the power plant is at shutdown condition, then need to nitrogen flow, and we found the valve is maybe somewhat loosened, so we tightened the valve, and also we drained the moisture content, and finally we came to a decision that from this position maybe condensate entered into the nitrogen line. Also, to interchange the dry gas seal, we took necessary proper safety, and also here the instrument, sensor and cables are first opened from its different items or equipments. The instrument cables are sensitive and its sensors are too much sensitive, and so at the time of dismantling the instrument connections and sensors, we took more safety. After dismantling the instrument cable connection and then opened the mechanical cover, and we followed one by one for dismantling the unit. And here is some sequence, and also we measured different readings before dismantling the equipment and also after assembling the equipment, and it is recorded. Here is some sequence, that is, assembling is reverse procedure to disassembling procedure of dry gas seal at non-drive end of the syngas compressor, like this. First, removed vent line come end cover blind from non-drive end, and then remove oil drain from line of non-drive end, then removing end cover thrust side, and then disconnect all instruments related this, that is RTD and vibration probe. Then after remove coupling cover and associated parts between turbine and high pressure barrel. After this, remove coupling spacer, then remove OS damper housing, and this is axial displacement prop carrier and part number 41, and then checking and recording thrust bearing clearance at the time of maintenance. Different readings, that is clearance, we measured for safety and for assembling again. Then remove thrust housing top part, and then removing both outboard and inboard thrust bearing, and for removing this we need to careful at the time of removing thrust bearing so that no damage occurs with the RTD, because the sensor is very sensitive, and also to intersense the sensor is a complicated works and also needs adjustment for this sensor. And then removing thrust collar disc by using hydraulic tool. Here the hydraulic tools is used and need a high pressure. And then removing journal bearing from non-drive end, and the guide bolt to be used for removing journal bearing. Then removing separation labyrinth. After that, removing retaining ring 50, and here is some parts number. Then removing collar, that is 18, and removing split thrust ring 17, removing stop ring, and then setting installation plate with the seal. Drawing for installation plate to be carefully followed. We need to follow the drawing and its sequence to proper maintenance works. And then setting special tool for pulling dry gas seal, and after that removing dry gas seal assembly. After assembling disassembling the dry gas seal, we found some dust particle as well as some black parts, and we need to change this by new one, and the new seal is available in our store. For this compressor, the seal used, that is dry gas seal, it is very complicated unit, and in previous we do not used by maintenance this seal, and Also, the dry gas seal cleaning is very complicated, and as here is nitrogen gas is used, so if another dust particle or water content is induced into this seal, then damage, and it create a huge complicated for the compressor. So always we need to supply the pure and clean nitrogen gas for sealing purpose, and it is careful for us to take the proper filter element for this sealing system. For this works, that is when we dismantle the unit, different parts need to open, and also we measured the needed clearance and gap as well as needed distance, and at the time of assembling the items we followed for safely dismantling as well as assembling the equipments as well as different parts, and also the dry gas seal parts. We needed some special tools, and always we took facility from these tools, and also we made two different bases from our workshop for properly dismantle the item as well as assemble the item. And at the time of commissioning period, the manufacturer has supplied some special tools to dismantle the compressor. That is very important to dismantle and as well as assemble the unit. You see, here is some sensor. This is bearing sensor, vibration sensor, and this sensor is too much complicated to connect and also dismantle and to adjust its position. So as the sensor was okay, so we not dismantle the sensor from its base, and it is connected with the unit, and at the time of assembling time we connected this item with sensor. You see, here is a special base for proper way to disassemble and assemble the dry gas seal units. For static, the steady state position for the rotor, we measured this unit and tightened to the base. That is when we put pressure from the non-event side to the rotor. If it is clear, then the rotor will shift it from its position. So we put this plate and then set to the rotor unit. For this, when from the non-event side we put pressure and the rotor will steady position. Here is the new dry gas seal unit. For the new dry gas seal units, always need to cover its top cover from its base, and this base need to connect with the compressor unit to dismantle the old dry gas seal unit. And this is not used inside the compressor. This is the dry gas seal unit, new dry gas seal unit, and it is to be connected to the compressor side to open the dry gas seal unit. Always we need take proper way and sincerely need to work. And here is different bolts, nut bolts are used The same nut bolts need to put in same position. Always we tried to dismantle the unit very sincerely, because this is the first time here different tools are used and different nut bolts accessories are used. In proper way we tried to dismantle the dry gas seal as well as to assemble the new dry gas seal unit, because its price is likely too high and it is very sensitive part, and dry gas seal is different from compressor to compressor and also manufacturer to manufacturer, and the same type of dry gas seal is need to use to a specific compressor. And also the dry gas seal is manufactured by Mitsubishi turbine supplier. Sometimes the compressor supplier collect the dry gas seal from another manufacturer, and somewhere some company only they made dry gas seal and it is used for specific compressor, and its different sizes specific. Here is also a base unit. It is needed to dismantle the part of the seal unit, and here is some special bolts, and after connecting the bolts the base is placed through the bolts, and when we tightened the middle bolt then the upper part is opened from its base. The disassemble procedure is likely reverse to the assemble procedure, so always we need to measure different clearance for proper maintenance works. After that arrangement is completed, and also we used hydraulic pump to press the required pressure. By applying the hydraulic pressure we dismantle the dry gas seal unit, and also the pump is needed to assemble the dry gas seal unit. Here is the new dry gas seal unit. This is just uncovered from its packet. Trying to dismantle the dry gas seal. Here is some assembly works. You see here is some special bolts are connected, and its thread is okay. These bolts are supplied from the manufacturer for overhauling the compressor. Here is some special tools, and at the time of tightening the bolts we took crisscross way For completion of this works, that is dismantle the dry gas seal as well as assemble the dry gas seal unit, we needed likely 3 days. Here you see the dry gas seal is opened. And at the time of closing of the day works, we put a cover to the compressor. Here is the old used one dry gas seal, and to the upper side there is black dust particle, and also inside the dry gas seal unit there is some dirty particle. You see, this is the used dry gas seal unit, and also here is some O-ring. We need to interchange this one by new dry gas seal unit. We took some preparation to maintain the new seal. At first we cleaned the housing by pressurized air, and also we checked the new dry gas seal unit. To install the new dry gas seal unit to the compressor, first setting installation plate with the new seal, then applying specified grease on the O-ring and tolerance ring, and then mounting new dry gas seal on its housing. And the works is done very carefully with the help of special tools, and also all other parts of new seal and separation labyrinth were fitted in the reverse sequence of dismantling procedure. And then journal bearing and thrust bearing were fitted also very carefully, and it is fitted sequentially one after another. After that, the instrumentation works and other works done. At the time of instrument sensor and instrument items, at first we connected the cable, and then we followed the reading from our control room, and if the reading varies, then we adjusted the probe as well as the proximeter. And after that we connected all the instrument items and then covered the compressor. At the time of completing the works, we took very carefully and cleaned all the parts clearly, and followed that any other particles, that is jute or another tools, not inside the compressor or the is inside its housing. And at the time of centering the seal unit and its bearing, we followed its position, that is clearance by dial gauge. After completing the dry gas seal replacement maintenance works, then the instrument sensor, all the cables are checked, and also the sensor is checked by multimeter by measuring its ohmic value, and the sensor reading was okay. In this way, after checking the resistance value or ensuring the proper condition of the sensor, then the connecting cable is connected to the panel, and at the time of measuring the value by multimeter, we see the resistance value. Here the sensor resistance value likely 2.2 ohms, and here is the different sensor cable. Here is one common cable and another 4 is sensor cable. So at first we identified the cable which is common, and then after measure by multimeter and ohmic value, here the resistance value one and 4 ohms showing here. Also at the time of dismantling the sensor, we measured the value, and here is the upper part connection. At the time of connecting this unit by chain block, we fitted the item in proper way by chain block and also crane, movable crane, and at first its position was checked, it is parallel, and then after setting its position, also here is a o-ring, and we checked the o-ring position, because if displace the o-ring, then it will not work properly. And after setting this position, manually we set this cover to its position by chain block adjustment. And then here is also a 2 bolts are used for proper positioning. When it comes to its proper position, then we tighten by bolts and then open the adjustment bolts. all the units are connected, all instrument sensors and gauges connected, and then after we connect the top cover and different pipelines, and also we checked from our control room the DCS system, the parameters are okay. We checked the vibration reading, temperature reading, and another displacement reading, and it was likely okay. And non-driving end side whose value was higher, and now this is okay. After checking this, at first we flushes the unit by oil flow, and there is a temporary filter, and 2 times we change this filter, and also we checked by trend, and here is the final value or parameters. After supply the nitrogen flow, also we followed the flow and pressure, and which was okay. In this way we completed our dry gas seal changing works. After changing, also all the parameters are okay, and nitrogen flow is okay, oil flow is okay, its temperature and vibration and are okay. This is the nitrogen flow meter, and here is showing the reading is within the range, and there is a control valve which controls the nitrogen flow. This is the control valve, and here is also the bypass valve and also the filter elements. We checked the filter, and after completing the maintenance work, also we changed the filter. This is our also different transmitters and showing the necessary readings. From field side showing the transmitter, we see the readings, and in control room from DCS system from our monitor we checked the readings are okay or not. I think this video will helpful if anyone required to change the dry gas seal of compressor. Thanks everyone for watching this video.